welcome back to my channel. And yes, I've decided to adopt the name Besties for everybody watching me, because it's a platform where we get to learn about each other and we get to learn more about each other and more about things we know. Sharing ideas is the key to YouTube actually. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Tails. So sorry I couldn't introduce myself earlier. I was so excited to start this video. My name is Tails. I'm a banker mom. I'm also a YouTuber based in Lagos, Nigeria, and I talk about things that you should know. Okay, I'm just being silly. I talk about lifestyle, I give chit chats on trading issues, and most especially, I talk about finance. I'm a minimalist, so everything that has to do with how to manage your money, how to save money, how to make money is right here on this channel. So today we're going to talk about, the reason I'm filming from my house is because there are some things that we need to know as first-time moms. If you're a first-time mom in the building, raise your hand up, please. Let's identify ourselves. You know, I've seen a lot of Nigerian mommy channels. I'm not a mom channel actually, but I'm a mom. So there are some things that we incorporated on this channel. So I've seen a lot of Nigerian mom channels that do not talk about some certain things that I feel we should talk about, really. Like, what should I look out for when I'm going to look for a school for my child? What are the questions I should ask, you know? How should I approach certain issues I come across, you know, trying to look for a school for my child? And what are the things I need to get being a first-time mom? Yes, we all know the basic school bag and all, but are there other important things I need to get, you know? So this video has the tea. This video has the juice. This video has the vibe, has everything you need to know, the all-round. This is Nigerian society. I don't know what is applicable in other schools, but this is what is applicable in my home country, Nigeria, Lagos precisely. So today, first of all, we're going to talk about what age should your child start school. Normally, I think outside the country, you start at the age of 5, in some countries, European countries, but in Nigeria, once you're... It depends on the school actually, but I think the standard age is 2 years old. So my son just turned 2 last month, and you know, everybody is just anticipating for him to start school and all. So I would give you tips on what I did to find the school that I feel suits him, and let's just get right into the video. Let's jump right into it, right? So first, I'll talk about location. To me, I feel when a child is starting school, especially a toddler, a small child, you don't really have to go too far. You know, there should be schools that are okay around you. You know, some people will go, oh, I'm looking for a Montessori school, my child has to speak good English, and they begin to look for a school that is like a mile away from where they're, what am I saying, more than a mile away from where they're staying, and they start having issues with transport. Maybe the parents, if you're working parents, you cannot drop the child off to school, and the day the school bus is not working, the child will not be able to go to school. All those many. Like I said, the first thing is proximity. Second thing is affordability. Please, you have to look at your pockets before you begin to put your child in school, so that you don't end up owing school fees that you cannot pay for. That's just the honest truth. You know, some people say, born pikin, now God go train them, now God go provide. Oh boy, really? Do you know how much diapers is? Do you really know how much Cerelac is? Now God go provide, right? You better work hard. So my point is, don't say, oh, my friend's child is actually going to so-so school and her school fees is 250,000. Therefore, I must put my child in a school that pays such an amount. Please, please, look at your pocket too. Just look at your pocket before you begin to make such decisions, you know. So we have to be very careful about these things. And the quality of a school is dependent on certain features, not necessarily on the amount they pay. Yes, the amount can be a factor, because, you know, oh, for them to be able to pay such schools, they'll be able to hire the best of teachers. But it's not in all its forms, to be honest. It's not in all its forms. I remember back in the day, I'm not trying to compare public schools now, I'm saying back in the day when I was still in secondary school, when we used to go for quiz competitions and all that, these children from these public schools will beat us in debates, in quiz, hands down, and we will still be trying to, you know, gather our forces together and say, okay, what can we do with our best student and all that. Anyway, back to the video. So like I said, proximity 1, affordability 2, then thirdly, safety and security. You cannot even overemphasize on safety and security. You need to make inquiries from people who are around, find out from them, has there ever been a case of kidnapping in the school? Has children run out of the gate, and have there been accidents? Has there been any situation whereby a child falls ill, or has there been deaths, you know, incidents in the school? Make these inquiries. Know what exactly know the history of the school. Do your own research. So research is a different point, but I just want to summarize, you know, these points together. So do your research on the school. Find out what has been going on in school. Just like me, I will never put my child in Chrisland. I'm not trying to bash any school, but with their history of molestation and ill supervision, I will never put my child in such a school. Okay, it's even very expensive anyway. So, but so I need to really know what There are some schools that are known for certain things, and even if they try to change, but because you already had that orientation that such a thing will happen, if something like small slightly happens, you say, So there are some schools that you just do your research, ask questions. See, questions is key. Before I decided on the school to put my child into, I have a friend whose children attend the school. My neighbor's children also attend the school. I made inquiries, I asked questions. I saw the way those children interact with their parents. They are disciplined. There's no all this spoiled brat syndrome. They don't talk anyhow. They're respectful. They are neat. When I even went to the school myself, because I had to go to the school to also look at the environment of the school. Now check the environment, check their latrine. Let's just say latrine. Check their toilets, check their lunchroom, see the hygiene, see what exactly your child will face. And another thing you need to know is if you have a special need child, or if you have a child that has some ailments or conditions, you need to speak out and let them know what the issue the child is facing, so that they'll be in the proper position to, or not proper position, they'll be able to, you're able to know, okay, can this people accommodate my kid? My child is not potty trained yet. Yes, he just clocked 2 last month, and we are still in the process. It's a gradual process. But I don't want to be in a situation whereby maybe he's the only one in his class that is not potty trained, and the teacher is being, violent towards him, or the teacher is being what's that word? Like comparing him with his mates, or trying to make him feel bad about it. So these are the concerns I had to talk about. See, we are trying to potty train him, gradually, but he's not there yet. So, and I was assured that don't worry, that is one of the things they actually teach. That's one of the things they actually teach the children, and it's fine. So these are things that you should ask. There's a school I went to, and when I mentioned it, the teacher was like, I asked the teacher was like, see, all the children here, nobody's wearing pampers, so nobody's wearing pampers. As in that kind of neglect, I just knew that it was not going to work. It was not going to work. I don't want to show everybody they start beating the child because of, diapers. Is it your diapers? Is it not me that's buying the diapers? Is it not my money? So these are things you need to find out. So if you have a child that is maybe asthmatic, or maybe has some sort of health condition, please be quick to speak out and let them know. Okay, before you even start paying fees, and before you even start considering that, okay, this is school my child would go, let them know their stance on these things. Try and know if the school has a first aid kit, if they have a first aid box, just in case of emergencies. Know if they have standby people who have experience in first aid. These are things you need to know as well. Okay, I've talked about school fees affordability here. Then look at the professional side of the school. You see all those schools that okay, actually I went to a lot of schools. Don't let me lie. I was very, very picky. I went to a lot of schools in the area, and there was one school I went to, and the teacher was asking me for a charge card. I'm like, bruh. She was even telling me, because I wanted to put my child in school since January, when he was just a year and 6 months, or a year and I wanted to put him in school there, but they were like, he was too small, that I should wait till he's 2, So the teacher was telling me that I should buy a recharge card, do us well now, that kind of sentimental thing. So in my mind, I was like, so the day that I don't buy you a recharge card, or the day that I don't do you well, you will not do my child well. So it's like a tit for tat scenario, So that one, I exed that school. Then there was another school I went to, and the teacher was sleeping. I was shocked. Children were just playing around, and the teacher was sleeping. Hey. I'm so sorry to put some teachers on blast. Teacher was actually sleeping, and the chaperone, that's one of the teachers that brought me there, had to tap the table, So I asked, okay, hi, good afternoon. She was like, good afternoon. I said, okay, I'm here because I want to bring my child to this school. I want to make inquiries. What do you teach this child? And do you know what she replied me? We sing song. It's the other teacher that was not even telling her, the things they do. That one was even saying that they do nursery rhymes, they color. She couldn't even express herself to tell me what she's teaching these children. And I'm like, wait a minute. Who is actually the person teaching the children? She was like, it's me. I was like, it's you. I I said, okay, she said, madam, I said, no, let me see the head teacher. You know, I didn't even bother going back to the head teacher. I just exited the building. Like, I left the WhatsApp group. I left the chat. I'm like, what is you? And you don't even know you were sleeping. That was just it. I just had to dead the idea of taking my child to that school. So these are the things you need to find out. Like, you need to be hands-on when it comes to these things. You need to be hands-on. So then what should you do? Okay, no, you found the school. Like, what should you do? How do you prepare for the school? I would say that start working on your lunch menu, like your lunch break menu. What and what will you put in the cooler for that child? It's so unfortunate that I have to be on leave for this period when my child is starting school. But when I now start work, that is where the real work is. That is when I'm going to now feel the tension. But I believe that God in his infinite mercies will help me. So design lunch timetable, you know, plan it, because you don't want to be in that fix whereby in the morning you start thinking of, okay, what am I going to prepare? Please plan it. So if you're going to buy things, buy them, you know, beforehand and prepare. Then also organize their clothing. I'll tell you the things that were given to us in the school that my son is actually going to now, or would start very soon, and organize his clothing, his uniforms, all those things, get them ready. I'm trying to make my child sleep an hour early. He's a night owl, just like his dad. Like, his dad sleeps very late. I also sleep very late. So he has always been like that from when he was growing up, but I'm trying to make him sleep an hour earlier than he normally sleeps. So let's just see how that works out for us. Then wake up an hour early as well. He wakes up early. He wakes up sometimes by 5, but these days he has been waking up by 6, 7. Since he sleeps late, so he wakes up quite late as well. So I'm trying to see if we can, because school starts by 7:45. So I'm trying to see if we can wake up an hour early, maybe by 6, not 7 these days, maybe by 6. So I'm trying to implement it, you know, before he now starts school officially. Then yeah, I think that's it. Then just I think this one should be general, not even because the child wants to start school. Have a bedtime routine. If he's to eat, bathe, brush, sleep, you know, or some children actually bathe, brush, eat, then sleep. You know, now determine what works for your child, or what he's used to, or what you can actually fit into your schedule. So do that, and I think that will be very, very good for you. So back to the video. Let me show you the things that I actually bought for my child to start school. For my boy, my baby boy. Let me tell you the things they gave us in school. I was surprised at the textbooks this boy was given. He was given 6 textbooks. Like, I'm like, what is he going to do with all of these textbooks? Like, I was opening it and I was seeing words in it. I'm like, hey, for my 2-year-old. But I was actually encouraged, because I believe that they have plans for children, for them to give them that voluminous textbooks. I'm like, okay. So he was given 7 textbooks. He was given a couple of notebooks as well. He was given, 2 school uniforms. He was given a cardigan. He was given a Thursday wear. They have a polo they wear on Thursdays, which he has to wear with his jean trouser. Then he was also given 2 pair of socks, and sportswear. So those are the things that the school gave us. So I have to start telling you or showing you what the things I bought to start my kid off to school. Like, so I'm a minimalist too. I don't know how to spend too much money. So you just have to watch and see the minimalist ways I prepared for my baby school. Okay, so first of all, when my husband bought his Xiaomi phone, his Redmi phone, he was given this school bag. He was given this school bag. I hope you can see it. He was given this school bag, you know, alongside his phone. I kept it because I knew this was going to come in handy. And I actually had to beg him to buy a phone for me as well, Redmi as well. And it came with another school bag. Like, it's God not good. Like, I don't have to buy a school bag. So it came with another school bag. So he's going to start with this black. I think he started using it to church, but I think he'll just start with it to school. Although this one looks colorful. Oops. This one looks colorful, but let him start with the black. You know, when he starts getting to know things, we switch it up with this one. So that is school bag situation for me, sorted. So if you like, be laughing at me. I've saved money for school bag. Then lunch box. You see what I'm telling you, that it's not all about the price, it's about the functionality. So his grandma, my mom, She's the yoppy grandma. She went to buy him this lunchbox, this minion lunchbox, very cute lunchbox. But you know my problem with this lunchbox, yeah? My son drinks a lot of water, so he needs a situation whereby he has a spare bottle. If you give my son his water bottle, he will finish the water as a go. So what we usually do is we usually half the water, then put a spare bottle, you know, to church. So that's what we intend to do when he starts school, until he learns that you don't have to finish everything at once. I think that's a life lesson he needs to learn. So my problem with this bag now, this minion bag, is, see, it's so small. Like, it's so small. What can actually go into this bag? Nothing. And it costs, I think the price tag is here, it costs 5,800. Kini, this thing 5,800. I just knew that I was not going to buy something like this, and my mom wanted her son, her grandson, to look ridiculous. She wanted her grandson to look like, you know, peng boy starting school. Unfortunately, this is not going to work. Like, maybe it's not going to work, because what food flask or water and spare water will enter this? See, then it now has a base. I don't know what they were thinking. A very small base here. So this is just, if you want to buy it, please DM me. She bought it for 5,800. I can sell it for 4,000. If you want to buy this bag, please DM me. So me, as the agaracha that I am, I bought this one. I have something like this which I use for work, and this is 1,200. Like, they make it very close to my area. It's very, very functional. Like, the functionality is top notch. Once you open this bag like this, Augusty space, you know. So I bought 2 food flasks for him, because that boy is very picky when it comes to eating. So I bought this. I hope you can see it. I actually bought 2 of it. I don't know why. Okay, it came in a set on Jumia. So I bought these 2. And I think these 2 went for 5,000 naira, which I feel is okay because flax. Then socks. I got 6 pairs of socks. Unfortunately, I didn't know that the school gives their students socks. So maybe he can wear this with his sportswear, or when they're wearing their Thursday, they have a Thursday polo that they wear with jeans. Maybe he can wear this rather than the school sportswear. I hope it's acceptable. Then you need a pair of black shoes. So I got this very, very nice black shoe of Jumia. I got it for 4,500. Our two ridiculous prices in the market, 6,500, 7,500, and I'm like, for a shoe. But I got this one, and it's very, very sturdy. I got it on Jumia. I checked the reviews, and people, one thing with me is if I want to buy something for my child, I'll check the reviews. But if I want to buy for myself, I check the price. So I checked the reviews, and a lot of people commented that it's a very, very good shoe, and it looks good too. It looks good to the eyes. So I bought this in size 27 because the current shoe he has is 26, and that shoe was actually tight for him. So I thought 27 would be, for a 2-year-old, this looks so big. When he wears it, it's not big actually, but he's not comfortable walking properly with it. So he obviously will not start school with this yet, but we have it just in case. So I had to go to the market to handpick another one myself, you know. I was like, since I know his shoe size, instead of buying online again. So I went to the market in my area, and I bought this for 5,000. You know, after much bargaining, I got this for 5,000, and this is quite good. This is quite good. Now, the price I was saying about on shoes, I'll go to some stores, I'll see shoe of 8,000, 9,000, and like for 2-year-old. Kilo D. So I bought this for 5,000, like I said earlier. So you can compare prices with what you bought. Let me see who cheated who. And he already has this. This is what he usually wears. This is what he usually rocks on a regular. I bought this for 4,500, so I can remember. Was it for 4,000 when I bought it? A couple of months ago. That's when I bought this. So this is what he wears with his jeans. So he can wear this for his Thursday wears or sports wear, you know. That's for shoes. He has a sandal, but I don't think kids these days wear sandal. Unlike we, when we started schooling, we used to wear sandals, but they didn't ask us to buy a sandal, just said buy a black shoe. So I've showed you the socks. So I bought 2 packs of singlets. This is three each. That's 6 packs. 2 packs of singlets with three each. That's 6 singlets, which should last Monday to Friday and a spare. Is that it? Wow. Okay. And I got a set of panties for him as well. So I bought a set of 12. He has panties, but he's a big boy now, so he's getting more. Then your child's favorite snack. My son, fortunately for me, is not a sweet tooth. He doesn't like to eat sugar. You know, if you give him biscuits, he will just break it into pieces and he won't eat it. If you give him soft drink, he will not drink it. What he takes is squeezed orange. And Pringles. Like, he doesn't take any other kind of Pringles, but this sour Pringles. Like, I'm like, this boy is an old man. So I had to buy this so that we can put in little pieces of it in a snack plate and putting it into his lunchbox. So know what your child likes. Buy them beforehand. You know, after making, sometimes they might not even eat their food in school. It's these small snacks they can munch on. When they are leaving in the morning, let them ensure they eat breakfast in the morning. When they come back in the afternoon, ensure they eat lunch. So that period between when they leave in the morning and when they come back, even if they don't eat their school food, at least the food you put for them in school, but I must ensure that he eat. I must tell the teacher, make sure this boy eats this food. Nothing shall go to waste, you know. Ensure you put something like a snack, you know, their favorite drink, but ensure you try to reduce sugar, you know. I think lastly, okay, this is actually should be the first thing, but I just had to bring it to the bottom because it's like my closing remark. Pray. Like, pray for the choice of school, pray for protection over your child, pray for retentive memory. Let your child go and learn, you know, so that your school fees, the money you are paying for school fees will not waste. Like, put these things into prayer. The day the child is starting school, kabash on that child's head. Like, I watched a video of Tolu Lope Solutions where she talked about her child starting daycare in Canada, and it was like an event. They printed shirts, they prayed all through that day, that morning, you know. It's a thing of joy for your child to go out, leave your nest and go and achieve greatness. So you have to really pray towards that event. It's very, very eventful. Like, I'm so excited right now. I can't even contain my joy that my Smalley is starting school. And I intend to film that day, but I just know it's not going to be an emotional day because he has already started children's church in school. I think these are one of the ways you can actually introduce the classroom environment to your child. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, take your child to your religious gathering where you have children and let them mingle. You know, if they are not in crèche yet, let them mingle with other kids so that they can actually understand the essence of they can actually understand that classroom environment feel, you know. So with that, I've come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like videos like this, put it in the comment section. Let me know so I can make more videos like this. Someone was asking me the other day that why don't I do DIYs? I do DIYs, but I do them on my WhatsApp status because I love to cook. I love to prepare things. But I think now that I'm on leave, I'll be incorporating some of that into my YouTube video just to spice things up a little bit. There will still be educational content. I think this is also educational, right? Content about finances, content about minimalism, but since I'm on leave, we're going to do a lot of lifestyle videos, okay? So thank you for tuning in again. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.